Alright folks, we're going to give you a little explanation of how to put on a BNC connector onto an RG59 cable. So I'm going to bring the camera a little bit forward so you guys can see the tools that we're using. This is a crimp tool that you find at Home Depot. You can buy one of these at about $75. It has a blue handle on it, and you'll notice it's got a couple little crimp options here. When you actually go down to crimp a cable, there's 3 different options here. If you just ask them for a crimp tool for RG59, they'll tell you what this is and show you. Just look for the blue handles and you'll be fine. This is just a T-stripper, but you can use anything you want to, even a pocket knife will work. The only thing I'm going to use this tool for is simply to cut the cable. What we use are 2-piece crimp tools, and they're BNCs. And this is a barrel that's going to go on the cable prior to crimping the cable. So I'm going to just slide this barrel onto the cable here down below. And this is the actual other piece of the BNC connector. So what I'm going to do, first step is basically to take this barrel and slide it over here, and you want to slide the thin level on first and the fatter level behind it. From there you basically just want to take this cable and just cut this jacket off here, and again using a pocket knife or whatever it is you want to do. And I'm going to do this a little bit faster. I may clip some of the copper, but for the video's sake and for time, once I get this cable done, I'm basically going to clip through a piece of it, and it's going to expose the copper. You don't want to cut any further than the jacket because you don't want to cut the copper because you'll lose the cable on it. From there I'm going to take this cable, this copper cable, and just simply peel it back to one side or the other and twist this cable nice and tight, and just be careful not to rip too much of the copper off of it from there. Once you twist these sides together, we like to clip a little bit of this copper off just so you get a nice tight connection. So I basically go in here and clip in both sides of these connectors to knock them off. From there I'm going to take in this next level of jacket, which is this white jacket here. And from there, as I pull this off, it exposes a copper tube. Once you have it set like this, you want to leave a little bit of this white cable jacket underneath here as you slide it on. And from there, if you've done too much copper or cut too much copper, you may clip the top of it off. You'll get used to it after a couple of times doing it. From there, I slide the thin slide of the BNC connector down onto the cable and push it through and slide it right down onto the white. From there, once that side is on, it slides all the way down over the white jacket and all the piece into the copper. And from there, you'll end up pushing this connector up, and the copper comes over the BNC connector to have a nice snug fit of the 2 pieces together. From there, you'll take the crimp tool and open it up, and you want to hit this thing 3 times. From this point, you want to take it in the middle connector of this thing, and you'll actually clamp it down all the way down onto that connector until the tool actually releases. Again, you want to use the middle part of the section for the second crimp and just hit right between the 2 sections of where it's fat and where it gets a little thinner. And again, crimp it down until the tool releases. And that second crimp kind of went over both portions of it. I did it about right here and hit both sections with the middle piece of the crimp. The very bottom of the barrel right here, you're actually going to use the very tip of the BNC tool, and you'll basically just take it right down to the very bottom and crimp down the final piece. And from there you have a nice snug connector that's on tight and doesn't wiggle back and forth, and you're good to go. Alrighty, good luck.